Hi, today I'm going to start a new episode. The drawing ones, if you want to know. They're very good, but sometimes you just need to look over. Like while I'm looking straight at this part. I'm actually pointing at me on the screen. That's the dot on top of the iPad. So I'm only looking at myself. You see? You can't really see the edge until it's like straight up to your you see? Sometimes you need to look outside the box. Or sometimes you need to look inside if you're always looking at the outside too. Well, I have something that will make sure. It will make sure you'll have a sweet salvation. If you want to know how to cheat for some times, you could always ask people. Okay, sometimes you need to make double pencils to make you write more. Super smart. I don't know who invented it, but it's very good. So you could write more things on the page. Or if that one runs out of ink, you could always have a backup plan right on top of you. But it won't work unless you actually know how to do it. You see, sometimes they get but there's a lot of ways you could not get caught. Here, we're going to make something that will carry around. Once a teacher asks you, what is it? You said it's just a drawing. Let's make something called just a drawing. Sometimes you need to just be a bit careful, especially with sharp things you don't want to come across. But they could help you, of course, to your greatness, but they might even be worse. So I wish you not to do that. If you could resist it or possible, or it might be impossible for you. Some people think that they're so smart and so cool, while other people think poorly of themselves. But the ones who think poorly of themselves always win. Because sometimes you just need to think outside. We're going to make something called something very cool. And you will like to know this when you're still a child, I promise you. Then you'd get you won't get in trouble that lately if you known this as a child. Now, at the finishing time, smoothing the edges. So that they could actually become apart. Well, some people don't want to smoothen their edges and found out teachers are very mad at them for doing such things. There's one particular thing in common. Guess what? Do you know what's the difference between students and teachers? What's the big difference? I don't want any small difference like teachers have a mustache. And that will be kind of offensive for the teachers who don't. See, you must make sure that it's smooth. You see? Now fold it. And draw a type of drawing on it. And make sure you need to cover all spaces. What kind of drawing would you like? You see, nobody knows, but if you like flip something that is not completely done, there's something else you should actually know. Make a very, very, very thin line. Right there. You need to make the line deep. As deep as you can. See? Now, you see there's a small edge towards it. You need to darken it somehow. When I say darken it, I don't mean some creepy darkness thingy. I just mean to make it darker. I know it still sounds pretty creepy, but it's actually not. I promise you that it's not that creepy. Well, that's one thing I'll make a change to the world. See? Because most teachers don't let you you draw in the class, right? Who knows that you're going to sneak another way past drawing. You see? I made a small hole. You see? You can't barely even tell. But that's just enough. Now make sure that it could be stored. You can store all your favorite things. But also could get the things out, of course. But make sure that every tiny part could be stored. Some Adults don't think big of themselves. Well, some think highly of themselves. But why? Adults are just adults, but when they were still children or even teenagers, they thought bigger. So then, it might be much containable if it is supposed to be the greatest weapon of all time. You might thought, oh, the greatest weapon of all time? I have a theory. What is it you want to say? The theory is, there's one theory, worth saying, that actually there might be some sort of edge plan, right? Everybody knows what's a edge plan mean, right? No? Okay. You see? You need to make it look like just normal. Normal have a child to take a tiny pocket. Well, guess what? We're going to make it normal looking. We're going to stuff cotton inside. You might think, cotton? How? Can you stuff something with so much cotton? See, then it's going to be like such kind of like a pillow. But then you could like sneak tiny messages and open it later, right? Right and right. Make sure that the bottom doesn't like need some needs to be like fixed too. But if we are actually going to like do something actual, we need to save it for plan number 2. And that's gonna be the plan where we actually turn into superheroes. And you might think, what? Are you crazy? No, I am not crazy. Thank you. You see, we just made a tiny pocket. But why does it called a pocket when you have your own pocket? So, if you actually know how to make this, then you're a pro. Not say a hacker. But if you don't, it's fine, you're just normal. You might think, hey, what's up with normal? What's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with normal, but a bit boring. You see? We're going to make now we're going to get a little more focused. Get more on the line done. And actually, more on the line done. You get it? Line and lion. What's like the difference between them? Lion is an animal and line is longer than a lion. You might think, no, A line could be any how long you want. Yes, that's true. And it could be like so long you can't even count. You see, now we're going to just make it look a bit better. I suggest brown, but you could do any color. Kind of like a wallet, if you want to. But okay. See? Don't make sure. Don't make it so look like so perfect. So sometimes it's like a bit like boomy, sort of, but still it's only like if you're like super duper like lost or something. You see, then it's like more easy to like open more things. But don't do it. That's first dangerous. Second thing, make sure at the back do the thingy-majiggy. Now make sure it's well balanced. You see, then you're gonna actually open it. Some people think too highly of them at the wrong moment. This is why I don't recommend you to do this. I don't think anybody has done anything stupid and so amazing at the same time. Brilliant. Brilliant and brilliant. You see, you got something. And if the teacher asks you, hey, where did you get that from? You say, oh, nowhere. The teacher's going to get suspicious. So, if the teacher does decide to like get rid of it or throw it in a lake, you have to make it at least waterproof. And make sure nobody can rip it. Because ripping this might be kind of like killing somebody. You might think, really? Just joking. But I'd be kind of mad if somebody just ripped it. You see, make sure it's just like complete white. Don't tell anybody your secret, which is you have something greater than them. Okay? You see, it's slowly coming up to pieces. And once it come like actually to one piece, it's done. Yeah. Like I said, it's done. Make sure no paper slips out beneath it. Just to make sure, double check it. Now, you see, the only unwaterproof like places in the inside, but the outside completely waterproof. Well, we're going to see about that. Well, it might not be completely waterproof, so don't get your hopes up. But we created something and it's going to be great. So have a good day and we'll see you next time. Bye.